Okay, I'm all set up. Sorry about the wait. Hopefully you can hear me. Is this picking up my voice? Okay, good. It looks like the microphone is picking up my voice. Sorry about the delay. It wasn't technical issues this time. I just hopped into the shower to take a quick shower after taking care of the cats and some of my laundry and eating dinner and stuff. And I can't take a quick shower with my hair the way that it is right now. Let's see. Intermission screen is up. I'm getting Steam running as well. I don't know why YouTube is saying... Okay, that's a more normal message. For a second there it was saying it wasn't getting any data at all. I'm like, well, then I'm not streaming, am I? Like... Let me get this started. Let me know if my audio is too loud or too quiet, if the game's audio is too loud or too quiet. I'll have chat running on my phone so I can keep up with it. And here we go. Pathologic is starting.
Traces of the supernatural reveal themselves more often than intelligent and reasonable men would prefer them to. Chimeras, worshipped by our ancestors centuries ago, crawl back into the light from ancient times. The directors of our fate rain ash down on us from the grey heavens. They conceal themselves beneath us, above us, and among us, staying hidden until we muster up the resolve to meet.
Just going to make sure the audio is working for the stream as well. I'm going to take the headphones off for a moment.
They appear in the flesh for a mere moment, and then they expire horribly, wreaking havoc on the world that they rightfully see as their toy.
Just going to make sure the audio is working for the stream as well. Okay, it seems like you should be able to hear me and the game. We don't need to have 15 minutes of technical issues this stream. It's great. Everything is fine. I nearly hit stop streaming instead of switching capture. That would have been bad. I just saw a big red button. Push big red button to make computer do thing, right? Okay. So, where last we left The Bachelor, let me get my notes. Sorry, the online ones are not updated yet. I wanted to get more of day 3 done, because we already have quite a bit of notes for day 3 on the online version. I figure maybe we'll get at least halfway through the day before I update those for day 3. Or maybe the whole day, depending on how much we get done tonight. Where is November Stream 1? There we go. That's the notes page I'm looking for. So we had actually restarted day 3. We loaded a save, we started the whole thing over because I was confused. It looks like I had failed a mission, and I wasn't sure how important that was. I know generally I try to do a chill stream, but I also am, like, I want to do good. I want it to be a good chill stream where I succeed and stop the plague, or whatever the win scenario is for Pathologic. With all these crazy people, maybe it's just everybody acknowledges that the plague exists. That would be a win scenario. Instead of attributing everything to supernatural stuff and sorcery. Let's see. We restarted. We got our letter from Georgie. He wanted us to visit him as soon as possible in the morning. We went to Georgie, and he found out and told us that Ruben's house was infected and looted, and that Ruben and Simon's body were both missing. Ruben is alive, by the way. I know that wording there was kind of confusing, but Ruben is the local doctor in the town, if you remember, and Simon is the dead guy we came here to, like, investigate. He was supposed to be alive when we got here. We were hoping to talk with an alive sorcerer, but he turned out to be dead, and thus, you know, the whole events of Pathologic. We were told to talk to Victor. And he, in turn, told us to talk to Little Vlad, because Little Vlad and Ruben had some sort of business together. Hang on, I'm getting my cat. Are you gonna sit here? Or are you just gonna howl at me from the bed? Alright, you're gonna sit on my lap? Good boy. Okay. Can you still hear me okay from over there? I'll come closer. Trying to get him on my lap while I'm in a spinny chair and he's nervous about spinny chairs. Where was I? The Canes are still putting pressure on the Olgimskis because Victor suspects that Big Vlad, the older Vlad, is hiding the infamous murderer in the termitary. Maria also had a dream that the cause of Simon's death is hiding in the termitary, so the Canes are really suspicious of whatever's going on in the termitary right now, and of course the Vlads hiding the stuff that's going on in there is not alleviating any suspicions. Victor was also told that I, the Bachelor, had declined Sabarov's request to aid the town, which I don't think was true. And I just want to know who told him that, but, it's whatever. Right? It's probably not important, right? We also got a quest to get a bottle of Twirine for Eva. I don't know if it's an actual quest or just, like, flavor text. But I wrote it down just in case. We went to Little Vlad. He told us that Ruben wouldn't have just silently disappeared, and he would have spoken about the plague. He also told us that the termitary is closed because the rabble is still rioting, and Big Vlad won't submit to the Cane's orders in general, especially Victor. They just don't get along. He also told us the termitary is just completely quarantined, and he told us to check out the polyhedron, as it was closed after the termitary was. So, we talked to Victor, and I tried to talk to Georgie about this as well, but Georgie didn't have any special dialogue about this. Speaking with Victor, his son is in charge of the polyhedron, and his son would not open up the... his son isn't going to open it up. He doesn't obey anyone. So we went up there and talked to Casper ourselves. Casper is the youngest of the Canes. He's the son of Victor and Nina. He mentioned that children do not see the walls of the polyhedron, but adults usually see mirrored walls. We, the Bachelor, saw paper, like someone was taking notes. I couldn't read them, but they looked informative. They had there was a lot of text. Casper also mentions that the Bachelor has 2 doppelgangers with the same goals and words, but they have caused nothing but harm. So there's a lot going on there. I'm going to actually load the game now. Sorry for the long recap. I just want to make sure that I don't have to restart day 3 again. I get confused. I can't imagine what it's like to watch a confused person streaming this game. So... quests. That's letters. Quests. There we go. Let's see. So we can exclude the termitary and the polyhedron from my inquiry from now. Mission. That doesn't have any new information. Okay. So I think from here we need to go find Reuben, right? Did I write down where Reuben is? I know I didn't cover Reuben's location in my recap, but did I write it down? Can I just go to his warehouse? Because I know where it is. I just don't have it written down that I know where he is. And, I mean, we have nothing for today's quest. We have nothing under other tasks that is new information. Should I try talking to Victor again? Now that I've spoken to his son? I mean, they live right here, right? So I can just pop in. This is Georgie's place. Hang on. And as always, if you have tips or tricks or information about getting through Pathologic, feel free to chime in chat or send me a message through Tumblr or whatever. Just try to keep it spoiler-free if possible.
It's like something's pulling.
The stream lose connection? Hang on. Maybe today wasn't a good day for streaming. My internet seems to be a little bit cranky, at least on my phone. Apologies if there's issues. Okay, he doesn't have anything else to say. So I think... Let me open my map. We went to the polyhedron. Oh, check that out! When you mouse over it, it, like, I never noticed this before. That's cool. It, like, highlights the actual polyhedron in, like, it's a ghost polyhedron, you know, it's not a... I don't know how to explain what I'm looking at. It's cool, though! Oh, we have notes when we mouse over stuff, too, don't we? So for this one, Victor should leave the termitary be for the time being and stop demanding an inspection. Then Vlad the Younger will disclose the possible body snatcher hideout. When the House of the Canes faces trouble, Victor is the person to deal with the practical side of things. He has already collected the data that may help me find the body. We talked to little Vlad. I can inform Vlad the Younger that the barter went through successfully. The Olgimskis have left the polyhedron be. That's what I need to do. I need to go talk to Vlad again. Let me make a note of that. Oh, I can't reach a pen. Do I have a pencil? I don't really want to use my fancy pencil. I guess I'll use glitter. I can't reach my usual note-taking pens. Because I have a friend on my lap right now. What color should I use? Blue? Blue's a good color for notes. I don't know that I'll be able to read much else. So quest. Talk to Vlad, not Victor. Little Vlad. About the deal with the Canes. So everyone should be happy because of this deal. Chances are they won't be, but they should be. And if they're not, it's their problem and also mine because I seem to be at their, like, mercy for most of this stuff. They can lie and withhold and twist all the information they want, and I can do nothing about it because I'm a stranger here. I think I looted all the trash bins too, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how often they, like, regenerate. If it's, like, daily, if it's every couple of hours, if it's every time I, you know, load the game or come back or whatever. No clue. I'm gonna turn the brightness up a bit. I mean, on my end of things. I don't think that'll affect the stream. But I cannot see. I had my brightness all the way down on my computer. Where am I going? Little Vlad's. This way, right? Yeah, because we see the stairs when we go to Little Vlad's from the Canes. I'm sorry, dude. I know you came up here for scratchies, and I'm playing the game and talking into the computer again. I'm so sorry. You're so patient. I just refilled the bottles. I don't need to do that again. Why is he walking so slowly? Is he okay?
Is the disease really contagious?
How can I help you? I managed to settle the matter. Victor will no longer insist on inspecting the termitary. I'll keep my word. Honoring the Venerable Simon's remains is our mutual goal. We are bound by the same grief. There's a ripper, perhaps even more than one, on the loose in the knots. I think they're runaway butchers. They're runaway butchers. Or those few who were unlucky enough to find themselves outside when the termitary was blocked off. Now they're hiding in the town. I believe they're stealing the dead to use their bodies for divination. They have their own future-telling techniques. Interesting. So we have... Sorry, I know I suddenly stopped talking there. I'm taking my notes. Even though it's not in the title anymore, I am still obsessively taking notes. Hopefully this will make me less confused in the future. But trying to get caught up after 2 months, it really just made my head spin. So we have runaway butchers hiding... Where did he say they were? In the knots? On the loose in the knots. Okay. Which part of town is that? Is that the far side? It's the closest one to, like, the warehouses and stuff, right? Anyway, these runaway butchers are using the dead for divination. They have their own future-telling techniques, he said. Okay, but I'm not looking for runaway butchers. What does Reuben have to do with this? I'm convinced that it was those people who stole the body from him. Are you interested in finding out where they could have taken it? Sure, I'm interested. To be honest, I'm not sure myself. One curious young man managed to trace their path. It seems they may have been carrying the dead to the spleen district. I'll mark the house on your map. Okay, so Little Vlad thinks these butchers took the body. Took Simon, specifically. Okay. So, these butchers might have taken Simon to the house where they're carrying the dead in the spleen district. I don't think I'm gonna kill him. I think I did that when I went through this before. I don't know if it was when I did it on stream or just when I was playing by myself. But I feel like it's not going to affect much if I don't kill them. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't... This game isn't really about killing each other, so... Oh, something updated. I think that was the quest updated, right? In all likelihood, the runaway butchers are hiding the body they stole in the house pinpointed by Vlad. We don't... It helps that I also know the outcome of this, right? Like, I have done this bit before. I do still have the notes online of what happens. I did recap that. Not, I did look at the notes of my last save before I did this redo of day 3. Like, I know how this is going to turn out. From a role-playing perspective, if I suspect they... Oh my goodness, why do they have to do this? I'm so sorry for the auditory experience. Anyway, I know how this is going to turn out, but from a role-playing experience, a role-playing perspective, if I think, oh, I got a letter. I wonder who it's from. We need to plan the battle in advance. The battle being the task that lies ahead of us. I will not give up without a fight, even if everyone else has come to terms with their own mortality. We need to join our forces, Bachelor, and combine our diverse skills. Our enemy is invisible, ubiquitous, dissolved into the very things that we will need to purify. The enemy seems invulnerable, but it is not imperceptible, and whatever terror it instills in us is explained simply by our lack of knowledge. If we are to destroy the enemy, we need to study it first. For this, we need to capture it. This is our first and foremost priority. Please forgive my reiteration of self-evident things like these. My only reason for spelling it all out is to better understand it myself. I feel that. That's mostly why I talk. Our goals are not quite the same. I strive to save as many lives as possible, whereas your purpose is to put an end to the outbreak. I've been told of your abiding desire to uncover the truth. I would gladly help you with that, if you will help me achieve my goal. Together, we can eradicate the disease and save everything that might still be saved. This is from, Stack? Reuben. The post note, you will find me at my secret prosectorium in the warehouses district. The map is on the reverse of this letter. Well, it's good that he told us that. We can talk to him before we talk to the runaway butchers. That way we don't have to necessarily take innocent lives. So, I'll mark that we received the letter. From Reuben. I don't know that he said anything important except that he's trying to save as many lives as possible and I'm not. From a player perspective, our goals are the same. I too would like to save as many lives as possible. From a role-playing perspective, Denkoski might not feel exactly the same, but I know where Reuben is. I'm just going straight there. We're already in this area. I might as well continue. Sorry, I'm having like so many trains of thought all at once, and then as soon as I jump from one set of rails to the other, I've completely forgotten about the last train. It's kind of cozy in here. I really want to be able to use this on something, and I feel like I should be able to use it on the thing that I confiscated, the Schmouter, but I don't know how to make that work. How's it going, Reuben?
Time to find me here.
You're very tall.
Shh. I can be around.
Dear colleague, by some happy coincidence I managed to get my hands on a certain vessel that I believe I can recover the pathogen from, which means we are now all set to research the vaccine. But odd as it may sound, I'd rather avoid tapping into that source I mentioned, unless I absolutely have to. I'd rather examine the samples that can be procured from dead tissue. Interesting. taking more notes. He's got his hands on some kind of vessel to recover the pathogen from. I kind of remember the play that I watched in the last stream. And I had, if you missed it, I watched the plays from the theater. I don't know why I couldn't remember that word for so long. I watched the plays from the theater that I had missed on day 1 and day 2 and day 3. I just watched the ones that were uploaded to YouTube. To try and get an idea of what was going on. And if I remember correctly, the day 3 play mentions that something to do with the pathogen, the disease doesn't spread via dead tissue, but I'm not sure on that now. But the fact that he's specifically wanting to examine samples from dead tissue is... My brain is completely out of words. It's sus. I feel like he knows more about this disease already than I do. Forget all that, Ruben. Where's Simon? I keep him in an ice cellar not far from here. Doesn't he look really shifty now? I don't know, I guess all these characters look kind of shifty, but he suddenly went from, like, wasn't he looking up before in the last bit of conversation, and now he's looking down and, like, turning side to side, and his eyes are going every which way. Like, he looks like he's being a terrible liar. I don't know why he'd be lying about keeping him in an ice cellar not far from here, but at the same time, he really looks like he's not telling the truth right now. I don't trust this guy. Like, I do not trust him. I mean, if he was gonna run off with the body in the first place, why didn't he say something, you know? Like, cool, move the body to a more secure location. Whatever, I don't care. I won't tell the Canes, but, like, at least keep me in the loop. I'm also a doctor, right? Georgie is infuriated. Why didn't you inform him of where you took the body? Because I'm not done yet! Besides, I'm all alone here. The moment I had an opportunity to send a message outside, I used it to bring you here. Your presence is more important than other considerations right now. Would you kindly hear what my request is? What's your request? I was going to ask you to bring a sample or two from one of the infected quarters. Be doubly careful, though, and make sure to get the dissection fully cleared with one of the rulers, else the risk would be twice as high as needs be. I'd go myself, but there are reasons that make it impossible for me to leave Simon's body unattended. Yeah, that's not so bad, but for samples I need syringes, sterile containers, ice packs, and you've got a microscope and some paper in here. As they searched for Isidore's killer, these savages wrought havoc on what laboratory equipment we had. And, after the rumors of your discovery reached the townsfolk, most medicaments and reagents were stolen. Regrettably, I was unable to control it. You do understand that this makes further work impossible, don't you? Do pay a visit to Governor Saburov. I wouldn't go to Vlad if I were you. He's too resourceful and too inclined to drag you into his schemes. The Canes are also out of the question, as anything that leads Georgie to me would likely result in Simon's body being removed. And I still have a lot of work to do. Alright, I'll put it down. So we need to retrieve samples for Ruben. And talk to Saburov about this. Specifically to get permission. Should I tell him to find someone else to obtain the samples? It seems actually kind of reasonable for me to tell him off, because he's already made this way more difficult than it has to be. And, like, it is our job to study, not to be, like, cutting people open in the streets. I'm gonna tell him off. I'm gonna say you need to find someone else to obtain these samples. Believe me, I tried my best. No one wants anything to do with the mutilation of dead bodies. Isidore's students have gone into hiding. I plans to wait a second, they went into hiding? What is up with that? Sorry, I'm writing that down before I forget to write it down. No one wants to do anything with the mutilation of dead bodies. Isidore's students have gone into hiding. I plans to approach the butchers, but Olgimsky has blocked off the termitary. I would search for a stray butcher in town. There may be some, but I can't leave Simon's body. There is no one who would do it for us right now. Okay, let's talk about this. I heard a rumor of a man who is well equipped to both dissect the dead and gut the living. In fact, he's the son of the deceased healer, your master. Did you get to meet him? I didn't. A few of my friends are trying to find him on my behalf, with no success yet. That's unfortunate. I'll try to think of some other option then. See you soon, colleague. Gosh, that red blotch on the map it's just red highlighter, but it's so, like, ominous. I did buy the map in the last stream. I cheated in some money. And I bought the map so we can keep track of where the plague is spreading. And, it's that whole part of the map, that's where there's a bunch of sick people. We're down here in the warehouses district, right? So we need to go talk to Savarov. I'm mostly trying to plan our route here. We need to go this way, and I think across the bridge. And we shouldn't run into... I think, if I remember right, there's going to be guards posted that will prevent the sick people from interacting with us, even though we're going to be very close to where this area is. Does he have anything else to say?
The blessed fools.
Oh, he has a lot.
Of the local rabble.
Unfortunately, there are only 24 hours in a day. We don't have much time. Oh, good. We can call him out on his shifty behavior earlier. You are still not being entirely sincere with me, colleague. Tell me about Simon. Well, the initial diagnosis was supported. There is no doubt Simon died to sand plague. And yet you're still studying the body. I want to see what the disease can do to human internal organs. I need more time for that. I didn't even perform an autopsy yet. Here I thought you wanted to see if Simon had the same anatomy as a regular human being. You see through me, Bachelor. This is indeed my purpose, and this is the reason why I cannot give back the body. I hope you won't tell the Canes where I am. I'm not gonna tell the Canes where he is. I want to know what's going on with the body as well. Jeez, I've nearly filled up a page just talking to Ruben. I'm very interested to know what the autopsy will reveal. I think there was more dialogue options I had with him.
The grip of the manhunt is tightening.
The infected quarter is hell on earth. It's absolutely impossible to survive there. Do you have any antibiotics at all? Any kind of immune system stimulants? None whatsoever. I don't have any medicine here. Truth be told, this is one of the reasons I would prefer not to enter the infected quarter myself. That's unfortunate. Rumor has it that the Olgimskis have organized the distribution of medicine among a few or more of the important townspeople. I had to stay here in hiding, so I did not get any of that. But some of the people you've come to know here will only be too happy to help. Alright. I wonder who Big Vlad considers important. Because it seems like there's a web that each of these ruling families have, right? Of all these people that are interconnected.
What is this disease?
I'll offer to switch places. Would you be able to apply herbal tinctures to the specimen, to prepare the reagents, to adjust their potency? Working with herbs requires knowledge and experience, and we have nothing but herbs to work with. Besides, the Canes hold me personally responsible for my precious patient. Very well. How many samples do you need? I will keep working until we are able to isolate the microbe. I don't understand why we can't see the culture yet. There are traces of plenty, but not the bacteria themselves. I think bringing an infected person right here when he has no protections against infection is not a good idea, so I'm just going to tell him I'll keep searching. I really want to play with this. Please let me put something under the microscope. Do you have slides or something I could play with? Man, I can't even look at my nuts under the microscope. Where am I going? We need to get out of this little warehouses district, which I'm going the wrong way. And we need to cross the bridge, and we need to go to Alexander Saparov's home. My foot is falling asleep. Oh, there's like a shed. I don't think I can go in those. I want to, but I don't think I can. How's it going, buddy? You look pretty bad. Don't cough on me. I feel kind of like there was stuff I was supposed to do on, like, day 2 that I messed up on, and I'm not sure how to articulate it. Because I barely remember what I was doing. But I just feel like there was more that I should have done, and perhaps the plague wouldn't have spread as much as it has already. But I don't know. This is the Willows. Andre Stabanton's pub is over there. If I remember correctly, the bounds list, okay, there we go. Yeah. For whatever reason today, Peter has stuff here, right? He's got text. He's, like, got a box of information. He's moved to the top of the bounds list. Hey, dude. Nobody else has that. So, whatever happens today is going to affect Peter. I'd like to keep all the bounds alive if possible. Oh, we need to go further up the street, don't we? What is... Oh. Yeah, get him. Oh, is he gonna shoot? No, he's gonna punch. Okay. It's okay, it's just puppy noise. You can stay on my lap. Oh dear. Hang on. It's okay. They're not gonna come in here. It's okay, Spooky. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Did you get spooked? Let me mute just a little bit while the puppies get settled and my cat gets resettled. Oops, wrong. Okay. I think they're all settled down now. Spooky hasn't decided whether he's going to stay on my lap or not. He's kind of hanging half on, half off. I actually need that arm to use the keyboard, buddy. Alright, you're getting up? Alright. Just be careful. Is there one of those shambling cloaked figures right over? Yes. Okay. Well, there's another way around this way. I just didn't take it because there's a fence here. Maybe I can go this way. Hey buddy, there's an escapee. There's somebody right over there. Okay, he's not gonna listen to me. The infected areas are strictly off limits. Keep out. We can barter? Whoa, he's got meat! What? I don't have anything he wants, though. Great job, though, buddy. What a score. There's no nice way in there, is there? What if I hang out this way and sort of lure this guy to the guard? Come on. Psst, 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 psst. Spooky. They're not moving that fast. I can get around this guy, actually. I don't know why I'm getting so scared. There's too many of them. Oh, good. I'm glad you're on that violence, buddy. Great job. I can loot them. Okay, I'm just gonna have to run. It seems like that guy's moving a little bit faster. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the way he's lurching looks fast. Oh, man. That's not good. Oh, yeah, let me just stand still. Right there in one of those infection-y clouds. Isn't that where the dude lives? The house is moldy where the guy lives. Where the Stomatans live. This is where Katerina is. I don't care about her. I had the front door the first time, didn't I? You should get out of here, dude.
The rabble is completely out of control.
We are doing worse than ever. The infection is spreading. Oh, sorry, I was talking over you talking. My apologies, Alexander. We are doing worse than ever. The infection is spreading. Where's the hospital? Vlad Olgimsky is in charge of this matter. He has agreed to provide funds and manpower. Talk to him. Maybe I will. Maybe I will talk to Vlad. Buddy, I need to use this arm to write and to take notes and stuff. How about I transport you to your cat tree? And then after the live stream, you can come back and sit on my lap. How does that sound? It must sound kind of okay because you're going to your cat tree. Good boy. Alright, he's in his little house in his cat tree. Excuse me. It's kind of fun to take notes on Pathologic and Sparkly Blue Pen. So talking to Savarov. And who's responsible for burials? The volunteers don't see a danger there for now. The townspeople are coping on their own. Why does that interest you? Yeah, this seems like a good way to ask for tissue samples, actually. Instead of just saying, hey, I want to cut up dead people, I can tell them, like, hey, I need tissue samples from people who died of the sand fever. Okay. Didn't like that, huh?
Chest hurts. Gonna be confident.
He didn't like that at all. He closed the dialogue window. He was like, screw you, get out of here. I need to work with dead bodies. I was told that this work demands your sanction. Is that true? I regret to say that no one can help you here. Local superstition prohibits any violation of a body's integrity. Add a cult of the dead on top. If they see you dissecting a corpse, they might tear you to pieces. It has already happened once. Well, it's kind of essential to my work and to, saving people. I understand, but there's nothing I can do. Let us pretend this conversation never happened. You might want to turn to your new acquaintances. As far as I can judge, they are ready to do anything you ask. Alright. So, local superstition. That's what everything in this game comes down to, doesn't it? Is superstition. And a cult of the dead. Equals violent reaction to dissection. I'd rather turn to someone educated. Yeah. This difficulty could be resolved by some rather sinister people. I am talking about butchers. Butchers, rather obviously, have no qualms about cutting bodies. Tradition gives them a hereditary right to perform this sacred act. I've yet to see a single butcher in this town, but we do know where some are. Of course. Olgimsky had them locked up after another of their strikes. However, it is said that on the eve of the blockade, a group of butchers did not make it back to the cemetery on time. Someone is hiding them. There is a house here on Earth whose dwellers know who it is. Take a chance. Alright, Sabarov's recommendation was to find runaway butchers and get their help. I'll just link that note up with our earlier notes about the runaway butchers. He also mentioned there's a house in Earth whose dwellers know who it is. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna put this pen up and start using my regular one. Since I'm gonna be on a new page here pretty soon. Thank you for your excellent advice. So the house is... Isn't this with, I can't... Yeah, Aspides Hospice. This is where the runaway butcher that we had to talk to before... Not talk to, but look into before wasn't it?
Our aspects and his kind band together. That's a good enough reason.
So what makes you say that the infection is spreading? I mean, yeah, I've noticed that there were some very sick people wandering up your doorstep, but the disease is spreading quickly. The neighboring district is almost entirely steeped in infection by now, and even though the powers that be have informed me that help is on the way, I doubt that they're aware of the rate of spread. But let's not lose hope. What are you working on now? I guess this is another way to ask him for help, but we already did that? I guess we might as well see what he says if we bring up that we're studying the pathologic culture. Oh, we can ask him for equipment! See, equipment's good! What kind of help can I offer you? I need equipment. I found out by chance that Isidore's laboratory was ransacked during the recent riots. I'd be grateful if you found the perpetrators and confiscated what they had looted. Yes, I've heard that. They're still being investigated. However, I would not call Barak's dwelling a laboratory, it's more of a workshop. There weren't many valuables there. Still, I will let you know when the stolen items are recovered. That's neat! That's pretty nice of him. I'm also noting that... Oh my goodness, why? I'm also noting that the... he said that the lab was more of a workshop. Where's my new paper? 'Cause I need a new page. We've been playing for what, an hour now? And probably less since I was a bit late. And I've already filled up a page. Okay, I'll thank him for letting me know when the stolen items are recovered. I think there were quite a few more options.
Can't stand it much longer.
Just our bloody luck. Oh, that ends the conversation.
Neither
Your
son
wife says
nor
the
dead
strangest
can be looked
things.
at.
Do you think so? And have you met Clara yet, Bachelor? Oh, maybe I should have talked to them first. I'll ask who that is. A girl who turned up on our doorstep shortly before those terrible events. Katerina is convinced that Clara is a gift from above, sent to protect us from pestilence. Many things about this girl point to a divine providence, or at the very least, holiness. Interesting. When did he say that she appeared on the doorstep? Was it a specific day? Before those terrible events. Before... I assume he's referring to the start of the murder and the disease and all of that. Is this true, though? Is she actually, like, some sort of magical girl? Clara really does possess unusual abilities. It is true that she can inspire love and trust at first sight. It is true that her touch is imbued with a remarkable energy, a healing power. However, the nature of that power remains a mystery to me. You sound as if you know all this firsthand. I have long been paying special attention to that girl. But I repeat, I still know nothing about her despite having talked to her throughout the last few days. And I cannot explain the facts that I have witnessed. It would be interesting to hear your opinion. You can hear my opinion after I get a drink of this water, Mr. Savarov. Excuse me. And, why did you bring her up? I just wanted to find out how well you knew her. But I don't really know her at all.
Her aspects and his kind band together. That's a good enough reason.
Okay. Should I go talk to her? I know she and Katerina will have a bunch of stuff to say to me, but I don't know if it's actually important. I kind of don't want to. I'm still worried about the Stomatans, but I don't know how to help them out. Buddy, you're not supposed to be going that way. Pal! You know what? It's fine. It infects the other districts. What do I care? I'm just a doctor. Where am I even going? The governor didn't exactly give me permission, so that's still glowing red. We can go there, but I think where we really need to go... No. Let's go to the lady in the house down here and see if she can communicate to the butchers for us. Because I think if I just go in that house and go up to the butchers, I'm not going to be able to... I heard something. I don't know what it was, but it freaks me out. I think if we just go and try to talk to the butchers ourselves, they're just going to be hostile, right? Because that's what happens when... Oh. That's what happens. Oh, look, a pocket watch? That wasn't a trash can, that was a treasure chest right there. So I think if I go out this way and around, I always get confused when I try to get to her house. I don't know why. Should we loot this trash can while I'm coming by? That's her house there, isn't it? Don't fence everything in. How am I supposed to get places? Can I go around this way? No. Okay, there's the gap in the fence I was looking for. Hello? I don't like how dark it is in here. Something bad is gonna happen right here later, and I don't like it.
Pins are sticking out of the pores of my skin.
She's... Okay, please touch me. Do I have a fever? How about I don't touch you? You have a fever. I can feel it from here. Oh,
He
good.
who distrusts himself is
That's
better
not a
than
conversation. That's ending the conversation. Do you know anything about how the disease is transmitted? Maybe you can gently bring up the topic of butchers. I know everything. So... The infection goes straight to the head. Oh, sorry, I'm not doing the right voice. The infection goes straight to the head. It talks to you a bit with its little inner voice, and then it moves in completely, for a while. The tenant is rather troublesome, and the body makes for a lousy lodging. It breaks apart all too easily, and so the disease leaves it and moves along to find someone else. It moves in? What do you mean? It listens to your thoughts, peeks inside you, takes a nice look, and moves in. But the check-in only happens after a very short and crucial interview. It'll only move in if it fancies you. Otherwise, you may keep on with your plain, boring life. But making it fancy you is easy. It doesn't really discriminate, as you can see. Did it speak to you too? I think it did. It's just that I was unlucky. Thanks for the discussion. Alright.
Is it really that deadly? Yes, it is.
I've heard that you're concealing runaway butchers in this very house. Well, crucify me. What's this about? Running more errands for the old Gimpskis? No, this time I've come on of my own accord. I need your help. Well, I gotta hear that. Why on earth would the wise serpent seek anyone's help? Well, I need the tissue of a sand plague victim. You can only find dead victims in the infected houses. Since you appear to be alive, you have never entered a single one of them. You will have 5 to 10 minutes if you do. Then the infection strikes, with the expected results. Could you find a single runaway that would agree to help? What would he want in return? Like, what can I offer you? I can cheat anything you want in. Money? Food? Lockpicks? I still have the cheat codes open on my phone. Perhaps I could find a lot of runaways that would agree to help, if only I ask them to. And the same me will ask you for a favor then. Will you do me one? Oh, excuse me. It depends on what you're planning to ask. If you want me to touch you and check for fever again, I'm not gonna do it. You're influential with the old Gimpski. Use that influence. Tell him to stop persecuting the runaways. It's no longer a revenge situation, but he's still all too eager. Takes the guy quite some time to calm down, huh? Anyway, if he swears to leave alone the butchers that are now outside the termitary, I'll talk 3 runaways into risking their lives. It's not like they have anything to lose anyway. Alright. We can do that. I'll try. I'll go talk to Big Vlad right now. I think that would be better than wandering into the house that little Vlad told us about. Because I'm pretty sure if we wander into that one... There was like a leaf just hanging in the air, not going anywhere. That was kind of weird. I'm pretty sure if we talk to... If we go into that house, I think I've mentioned this like 6 million times before, but I think if we go in here, where possibly stolen bodies are being taken by the Ripper or the Butchers, if we go in there, I think they're just all going to be hostile. I think we need to do everything through Aspity, and that's fine. Honestly, I think the Olgimskis can, like, leave the runaways alone during this time. It doesn't really sound like their existence inside or outside of the Termitary is very pleasant, so... they can just cool it for a little while. Let's fill up some more water. Do that in real life too. I want some water. Excuse me. I want to jump on these so bad. Is there anything I can jump on in the game? Like, there's a jump mechanic, but I don't ever feel like it can actually, like, get on top of things. Like, everything's walled in with invisible glass, invisible walls. Ah. I can't even hop over this thing. How do I get my acrobatics skill up in Pathologic? That's Capella's side of the house, right? So we need to go in here. I'm here to bother you again, sir.
Who could have thought? So an outbreak is upon us?
Let's ask if he's heard anything about the Rippers first. Yes, I've heard the rumors. Several bodies missing from the cemetery. Nevertheless, you must realize a single person couldn't have done it. There must be several people. One man just couldn't appear in several places at once over such a short night. You'll have a chance to see that for yourself soon. Who do you suspect? The Butchers. Of course, it's a no-brainer. Even the sickest bastard wouldn't commit a blasphemy like this. Some people are shameless enough to use a knife. But no one, except for Butchers, would steal bodies. It's dangerous and pointless to boot. Ah! Maybe we shouldn't have brought this up, because I have a delightful topic to... I have a delightful request to discuss with you. So... I believe you. It makes sense that it's the butchers, but also...
Have to be punished for this sin.
You know, there's some stuff going on. Maybe we should talk about it a little bit more? Oh, come now. To my minds, there's nothing to discuss here. However, a good bargain always catches my attention. So... that was some noisy thunder outside. That's not in the game. That's real life thunder. Can you donate your runaways? Oh no. And it's worse. I can guarantee they'll die in the end. Oh, that's great. That's a fantastic way to word that, and I don't think I'm gonna pick it. I want you to stop pursuing the runaways for now. What do you want in return? Oh, my eye is itchy. Oh dear. Hang on. Oh, jeez. My hair is attacking me. I have to adjust my headset. Okay. Sorry about that. I was getting stabbed. Is it stuck to my glasses? Is that what's going on? Aha. I don't have my glasses cleaner over here. Did I get it? Okay. What's in it for you? Should I tell him that I'm gonna dissect bodies? Savarov mentioned that things were superstitious here, but I'm not sure that Olgimsky is going to care so much about the superstitions when it comes to his property. And I think he understands that saving the town is better. I think it would be better to be honest with Olgimsky than to hide why I'm using his people. So, I'm gonna tell him the truth. I need the right that the cast seems to possess. Is that a hail? That's a real ugly storm over there. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure it's still safe for me to be sitting near the window. That doesn't seem like there's any warnings right now, so I guess I'm okay. Must be one of those storms where it just sounds freaky. Alright, I said I was gonna tell him the truth. I need the right that the cast seems to possess. They will dissect bodies for me. I see. Yes, this is a respectable motivation. A single butcher will suffice for this. I think I'm gonna wrap this up because yeah. Let's click through through this. Come now, any cutthroat can help you then. Try to make a deal with Bad Grief's bandits. That's the loss no one is ever going to have to grieve about. And they're definitely knife having. The rights of the kingdom are untraditionally nothing to them. Well, I also know of a person of dubious reputation who will help me. I'll ask the son of Brock, who's managed to clear himself with one charge and is being accused again immediately. Alright. I think we can find a different agreement. I'm listening. Let me see. I know what I'm going to ask. As a payment for my butchers, it's the unique resource you own. The one I'll never get my hands on. What is this unique resource? Your influence with the Canes. I'll cease to pursue the butchers if Georgie ceases to pursue young Brock. He isn't guilty. He has an airtight alibi against all charges, which I am willing to confirm. Let them leave him alone. Agreed? Why do you care for him so much? We have a common goal. So you are saying he's completely innocent, right? Like, I'm not gonna be running over there to vouch for a criminal. Indeed. Indeed. And I'd rather you convince Reuben that young Barak has nothing to do with Isidore's tragic death. The thick-headed Reuben is the last one who still needs convincing anyway. The boy might be labeled a patricide, as if he hasn't had enough. The boy might be labeled a patricide. That feels a bit clunky, but I don't know if enough about that grammar sentence structure to point out why it feels clunky to me. You do see Reuben from time to time. I know that. Okay, we have a lot to write down. It seems like the storm has calmed down, so maybe I can keep going for a little while. It's at least not throwing stuff directly against my window. So hopefully the, I'm sorry if that was noise earlier. There's nothing really I can do to... Like, I can move the microphone a little bit further away from the window, but like my desk is right here. there's not much I can do to escape it. Or even like mitigate it much. Like that was just gonna be loud and there wasn't anything for it. So we have a lot of stuff to write down. I'm gonna scroll back up to where we started, you know, where I thought I would have to wrap things up. So, Big Vlad recommended we talk to Bad Grief. Instead of his butchers at first. But since we pulled the Isidore's son card, he changed his tune really fast and gave us a new quest. So he specifically noted that Georgie is the one pursuing Isidore's son. Does anyone else get suspicious when things are phrased in, like, that manner? Like, he has an airtight alibi against all charges. Like, if he had just said, oh, he wasn't there when this went down, you know, he didn't commit the murder, he didn't loot anything, he didn't, like, you know, if he just put it that way, as in he didn't do the things that he's being accused of, okay, you know, that's fine. But as soon as it's phrased, he has an airtight alibi, I'm like, oh, so you made something up. He did do something and you're covering it up. I don't know why. It's just that phrasing just immediately, like... That's not how people talk, right? Like, it's not... I don't think people phrase things in the manner of, I have an alibi, unless they're at least a little bit guilty. I don't know. The phrasing's just weird to me. Anyway, what were we talking about? Let me reread this. I got so caught up in my notes and getting hung up on the alibi thing that I've now lost track of where we are in the conversation. He said, I'd rather you convinced Reuben that young Barak has nothing to do with Isidore's tragic death. The thick-headed Reuben is the last one who still needs convincing anyway. The boy might be labeled a patricide, a single patricide, as if he hasn't had enough. You do see Reuben from time to time, I know that. So on top of convincing the Canes, he also wants us to convince... Hi, Spooky. He also wants us to convince Reuben. Should I also tell him that I don't want him telling people that I know where Reuben is? I know it's weird, but I actually trust Olgimsky more than anyone else at this point. He doesn't dance around the superstition nonsense. Like, as soon as when I brought up that it was for dissection, he did say it was a respectable motivation. And he's caught up in the negotiating. He's trying to give me as little as he possibly can because he's a capitalist pig. But, like, he's still being upfront with me about all of this, and no one else really is. So, as much as I don't like Big Vlad, I do appreciate him. He's not running away with bodies that I need to look at. And if this kid really is innocent, and if Vlad is sticking up for him, that's pretty honorable, right? I'll tell him that I don't want other people knowing that I know where Reuben is. I haven't finished yet. Apart from that, I wish they stopped torturing me about the termitary. I'm tired of repeating that it's clean. That is why it was closed in the first place. I don't want to say farewell. I think we can get the upper hand again. You've just suggested an excellent idea to me. How about you stop the persecution, and I'll kindly spare the Canes my opinion on what's inside the termitary. I'll write down that he tried that as well. Just sounds bad out there. Can you all hear that over the mic, or is it not coming in now? For goodness sake, if you put it like this, yes, certainly I was going to, as well. It's no matter now. Now that the Skinners is infected, just like the crude sprawl before it, you have my word as a merchant. The thing is, I know you as a man of honor. Damn it! I'm gonna look at the map too and see. I'm not sure I understand exactly what the Skinners is. Or the crude sprawl. I'm glad we have an agreement. The word of a merchant provides a reliable assurance. I'm glad we could negotiate that out. Do we want to talk about any other things? I want to know about how this thing with the hospital is going. We're already busy starting it. Do you want to know more? Is that the only reason why you came? Yeah, go ahead and tell me what measures you've taken. Do you think we ought to report to you, my dear doctor? Although there's nothing to hide, our town has no suitable buildings. Someone suggested we found a hospital in an abandoned house, but the conditions... What about the conditions? It turned out to be very tricky to provide the patients with water. You may not have been told about it, but the water supply has been blocked and partially destroyed. Rumor has it that the water intake, and even the river, are already contaminated. Barrels are the only source of drinking water right now. Oh, I wonder... So we bought the map from Little Vlad, right? I wonder if this conversation from Big Vlad also gives us the information that is on that map, if the Skinners and the Crude Sprawl is that section that's highlighted red. I wonder if it's the same information. I think it probably is. Okay, but regardless of the water situation, where are the patients being taken to? To the cemetery, dear doctor. The mortality rate is absolute. You're supposed to know that better than anyone, including me. The dying need only water and morphine. Sometimes vodka, too. They can depart to the better world painlessly then. Yikes! Should we have him confiscate medicine? How could we choose the appropriate remedies? You know what, let's pick that option though. Be so kind as to do the following, Vlad. Check every warehouse and every store that may still have medicine left. Confiscate everything you find. I'll check what we have in stock and choose the appropriate remedies. It's not a trivial task, Doctor. Neither is building a damn hospital. You really... You're just dodging every responsibility when it comes to this. You're just dumping sick people in the cemetery. If it was easy, I would have done it myself. What a loser. What was I saying? That I trusted this guy more than anyone else in town? I take it back. I hate this idiot. Why don't you give me a detailed report on the amount of pharmaceutical drugs that we have right now? I'm happy to relieve your minds, Doctor. We're distributing protective and preventative drugs daily among the townsfolk. Even the antibiotics. We've selected the drug agents from the list you gave us yesterday. Are you satisfied? You know what? If you carried out what I told you to on a list that I don't remember from 2 months ago, yesterday in your time, but 2 months ago for me, I am satisfied. Good job, Vlad. Now, if only you'd be so kind as to jump to it when I ask you to do other stuff. Well, I'm glad you've finally given me the credit I deserve. Just stop it. The Canes have also given out everything they had, though they had less than me. And it's easier to give out things when you're poor as a church mouse. Oh, is it? Is it, really? Thank you for helping, asshole. I don't like the people in this game. I can't wait to put the Bachelor back on the train, back to the capital. He can tell everyone how successful he was despite everybody else in this stupid town. Do we want to talk to Capella? No, there's no reason to. Let's head to, I guess we should go to Ruben first and then hit up Georgie. Oh, I guess I should have read that out loud. Anyway, I was getting caught up in our quest thing there. I kind of want to see what Ruben has to say about the guy that Big Vlad was defending there. You know, Isidore's son. Did I go past where I need to be? Oh yeah, I'm way over here. The warehouse district is back over this way. Alright. What time is it? Oh, that's not... Nope. Jeez, okay. Time's moving a lot quicker than I would have expected to. I guess I have been running all over town, though. Not exactly quick traveling here. Like, this is not a fast pace. I can't really sprint either. I can sneak. Hey, buddy.
Is of the essence.
Ah, you have... We just can't talk about it. Okay, that's fine. Should I still talk to Georgie, then? All of a sudden I'm really hungry for, like, burger meat. Like, just a hamburger. I don't even want the bun. I just want beef. Did I get any other letters, maybe? No? It's just Ruben's letter. And it's the worrying message from Georgie Kane. I guess we'll go poke at Georgie. Should I save while I'm over here? It's been a long time since I saved, hasn't it? I guess if Georgie doesn't have anything to say to us, we'll just reload the save and wander over to somewhere else. I don't think we can go, yeah, I don't know that there's much else for us to do. Am I not going to be able to get to a bridge because of this dumb, like... Yep, there's a thing in the way. Can I cross over here? Georgie, I think I need to talk to you, but I'm not sure. Because I thought I needed to talk to Reuben, and I didn't.
Who could have thought? A plague is
Okay.
staring us in the face. That's how much his demise means.
Oh, I can tattle on Reuben? Should I? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I kind of want to save and tell him that Reuben has the body and then reload. Let's... Oh, I can't escape. I can't escape. There we go. Let's do a little quick save. I want to see how he reacts, because he's already mad. Look at him! Look at him!
And even from stupidity, have custody.
I will richly reward the friends that find Simon's body for me, and I will squeeze the last drop of blood from the mongrel who stole it. Like, he's already pissed! I want to know what happens if I tell him about Reuben. I cannot believe what I hear. Where is it now? It's near Isidore's makeshift laboratory. Reuben never leaves it, claiming to continue his observations. The information is invaluable, Bachelor. I am much obliged. I will allow Reuben a chance to explain himself before the day ends. Perhaps there was nothing else he could do under the circumstances. Nevertheless, the reward I was going to pay for any information concerning Simon's whereabouts is rightfully yours to claim. 5,000! Whoa! I don't need that because I've been cheating it in anyway. What a horrible thing to do. Okay. That satisfied my curiosity. I'm reloading. I don't want to tattle on Reuben. I think him cutting open Simon is perfectly fine and valid. I want to know what kind of organs Simon has going on in there. Because he's like 150, isn't he? And supposedly he never got sick before. So the fact that the sand plague got to him is really just interesting. I have a favor to ask of you, Judge. I'm indebted to you, dear doctor. Speak. I'll be happy to grant any request that is within my power to fulfill. Well, it has to do with Isidore's son. Yes, I know the man, if only by what the others have to say about him. Regrettably, I've yet to meet him personally. He was one of the main suspects in Simon's murder. He also hasn't cleared himself, not to my judgment anyway, of the charge of murdering his own father. Now he is the main suspect in the theft of my brother's body. I hope you are not going to solicit forgiveness on his behalf. Well, bad news. That's exactly what I'm going to do. This is one of the few requests that I am not prepared to meet. That is to say, I wouldn't be if anyone other than you were asking. But I believe without a shadow of a doubt that you are acting in good faith and with the most noble intentions. Big Vlad vouches for his honesty, and is prepared to be a witness for him on all the charges you brought against him. So it was Olgimsky who asked you to intervene. Don't trust him, Doctor! Don't trust him! Olgimsky has many qualities worthy of respect, but being honorable is not one of them. His honor ends where his avarice begins. If he is prepared to vouch for something, it is a clear indication that he is going to profit from it. You know, I don't think that's true. I think Olgimsky is a greedy piece of work. I think he lacks empathy. I think he's probably doing terrible things to people in the termitary. Like, these guys are not rioting for no reason. Calling them cattle is just... He's not treating these... I don't know. I don't know enough about the situation, but I have a feeling he's got some, like, very clear, like, ethics violations going on in the termitary, right? Things aren't up to snuff. He's not nice. I do think he has... sorry for waking you up, Spooky. I do think he has some sense of honor, though. I don't get the feeling he's going to turn around and stab me in the back. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, because that would be spoilers. But I trust him more than I trust Georgie, because he doesn't dance around superstitions and all this talk of fate and sorcery. He gets right to the point when I talk to him. I will write down that Georgie thinks Vlad is not trustworthy. I can't spell motivated today. There we go. Okay, I'll keep in mind what you said, Judge. Does that mean I failed the mission?
Most men only die because they know not how to prevent dying.
What if I had told him about Reuben first, and then brought up... What if I talk to Victor? Maybe Victor can get through to Georgie, but I don't know that there will be any options, because I know when they bring up a specific character name, you tend to only be able to talk to that specific character about the topic, right? Like, yeah, the Olgimsky guy started by saying the Canes in general, but he specified Georgie.
Is this disease indeed as...
Oh, I got a letter! I heard the letter noise. We just got a letter. Epidemic! Written on your recommendation, sent for approval. I'm not going to read this. I've read this before. This is just going over the disease. It's extremely contagious. Contact and droplet infection. No solutions for the vaccine. Townspeople are forbidden to leave their homes. Sterilize household wares, boil clothing, exterminate vermin. Medics, couriers, and executioners will be taking care of delivery and distribution of water, provisions, and medicine. And it's compulsory to follow every bit of advice in this letter. I'm not sure what to do now. I think we should talk to Big Vlad about how that went down. But I'm pretty sure we just failed. So I'm wondering if we tell Georgie... What if I vouch for Isidore's son without telling him that it's Olgimski's idea?
Few people know death.
Oh! I just said he needs a break! That's what I need of him now anyway. Very well, Doctor. I will do what you ask of me. But having done that, I urge you to tell me who stole my brother's body as soon as you learn their identity. I promise I will not punish Barak, only unless it turns out that he was the thief. If I find out that he was the culprit, you'll be the first to know. That was it. We did it. We saved the day.
Tell me what you want, and I will tell you who you are.
Sorry, I'm just staring at you absently. I had to scratch my nose. My nose is still itchy. Okay, I'm good. Now we can talk to Big Vlad again. And actually maybe get somewhere because we did the thing. Here's our epidemic letter. You know, while we're stopped here, let me mark off that we did some of these quests. Because I haven't been checking them off, I've just been writing them down. I really like how things fade into view in this game. Because, like, you have distant shapes like the stairs over there that when you're, like... When you're just approaching them, sometimes you don't recognize them as stairs, and it's like, oh, what is that? You know, it's kind of freaky. Same with the polyhedron, and even that dead tree over there gets me every time I cross this bridge. Like, you just see these ominous shapes become more clear as you get closer to them, and it's really like you're wandering around in this fog, and it just kind of adds to this. it adds to the whole experience of Pathologic. Did I get another letter? I got one out of the trash. Confidential notation. Written on your recommendation, sent for approval. Oh, this is more about the steps they're taking to prevent the disease from spreading. I've read this before on another stream, so I'm gonna skip it. If you do want to look into the letters on your own, I'm pretty sure the Pathologic wiki has all the letters posted. We're on day 3 today, so you'll be looking for day 3 letters. I feel like I should be hurrying. I mean, I can't run faster. But maybe I should stop looting every single bin that I see, because it's going to start getting dark soon, and that's when the stabby people come out. I'm headed in the right direction. Should I talk to Capella now that I'm over here again? I'm kind of hesitant to, because the whole reason, well, part of the reason I reloaded is because I failed a mission with her. So if I don't pick up the mission, I can't fail it. Oh, I can't tell you that I talked to... Why did I come over here then? Something is wrong here. Probably. What do I do now? How to beat the game in 40 minutes or less. I don't think that's what I need. Wasn't there a spoiler-free walkthroughs? Beginner's advice, bachelor, spoiler-free walkthrough 2019. Yeah! We want day 3. Oh! We talked to Aspity again. Okay. Duh. That's fine. His house isn't too far away from her house. Like, it was gonna be a long walk anyway. This is literally on the way. I don't know how I'm doing on weapons or ammo or any of that. I kind of plan on just poking my head into shops and houses where I can to avoid the stabby guys. It's funny, the genuinely creepy parts of Pathologic don't really get to me that much. The things that I had nightmares about were the stabby guys, who are just literally guys who go around like throwing knives and lurking. And the one that really got to me was, I had this nightmare that I was going into, I think it was the first infected house you go into, right? And the ladies in there would, like, come out and T-pose at me? Which, it sounds really funny every time I talk about it, which is actually making me more hesitant to talk about it because it's almost like embarrassing, you know. But that's how dreams work, and they don't have to make sense. But I was absolutely terrified of these NPCs T-posing at me when I go into this house. I think I've talked about this before on this stream. I have the weirdest, like... So, when I had nightmares before, they'd be pretty intense and scary and, like, absolutely affected by the media that I'm intaking, right? Now that I'm not taking in horror movies, I'm not generally playing games that have, like, monsters and jump scares and, like, blood, guts, and gore all the time. Like, Pathologic is probably the scariest thing I've played in a long time. You know, I don't even generally watch playthroughs of scary games. I've started to a little bit more recently because, like, I'm wasting time talking. There's some streamers that I like that are able to make horror games, palatable for me. You know, they don't get spooked and I don't get spooked. But generally, the media that I intake becomes part of my nightmares. And so now that I'm not taking in, like, stuff that is intended to be scary, whenever I have a nightmare, it's just my brain, like, grasping at straws. Like, oh, here's a furry you saw on Twitter coming to, like, stand at the end of your bed ominously. Like, it's not... It's funny when I'm more conscious, but in the moment it's like, what is this? Why is this happening? So yeah. Pathologic characters, furries. That's been the scariest stuff that I've dreamt of this year.
Is it really that deadly? Yes, it is.
Okay, so Big Vlad agreed. He swore that from this point on, not a single runaway in this town would be killed on his orders. Proof? It's already done. The orders have been issued for Saburov's patrolmen and Diogimsky's men. Sealed and delivered. Actually, I think we should say that it's my word and Vlad's word. He's in no position to break his promise. He is also persecuted. Fine. I'll send 3 butchers to the infected Skinners. They'll be waiting for you there. If they manage to find a dead body, cut it, and survive to see you, that is. Follow them in an hour. They may die before you reach them, so waste no time. Wouldn't it make more sense for me to just go with them straight away? Only the Shabnak cut the dead open. And does it even matter whose hand holds the knife? What matters is who's given out the order. Or do you think people won't realize who's violating the dead if you simply keep quiet and stand to the side? That makes sense. You've convinced me. I strongly advise you to conduct a reconnaissance before you go to the infected district. Prepare for the field trip well. Rumor has it the place leaves you less chances than a mincing machine would. The patrolmen guarding the infected houses have already consumed half the confiscated drugs. Thank you, Aspedy. I'm not going to tell her to not tell me how to do my job, because she's actually given some good advice. I'm gonna have nightmares about her stupid house, though, with all its weird dark spots. So I need to go up here, and I need to look for the butchers, right? And I need to do it in the hour. What time is it now? Alright, we need to just get going. I might get lost on the way, so we need to just keep going. It's better that we get there early than not, I think. Because, I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I stand near them while they're cutting open the bodies, and my reputation, like, heads for the bottom. Like, it takes a hit. Whatever. I'll just give people water and medicine or whatever I need to do. I should save though, just in case. How's it going? Anything creepy happening? Have you seen anybody cutting up bodies? Ah. I'm gonna hang out with you guys, you seem pleasant. You wanna maybe trade stuff? You have meat? I don't have anything you want, and there's oddly intense music. Is there something going on the other side of the fence? I feel like I'm being hunted. Is it you? Surely you can't have targeted me from all the way over there. Is it just the music that plays when I'm in this area? Why does the music... this music has me spooked. Oh, he's already got somebody, doesn't he? Buddy, I needed that. That villain, to chop up a lad like that. He must know his trade well, eh? Dressing carcasses and the likes. Look over there. They're carrying the body with all the cuttings. Where to? The cemetery. Where else? To prepare for burial. Why do you ask, sir? The body isn't going to be returned to the family? I ain't got no family. There's only Grace to give him solace now. Alright, so they're carrying bodies to the cemetery. I mean, that makes sense, but still. My note just says bodies taken to cemetery. I should specify later that that is in regards to the bodies that I wanted cut up. Can I loot this guy? No, I guess not. What do I have written down? In my quest. The body that the butcher had cut open was taken to the cemetery. There were supposed to be 2 more, right? I'm just gonna look for guards. I mean, if they're just gonna stand next to the body like that, that helps my search a little bit, right? Maybe I should go back. Maybe there was some that I didn't notice before. Oh, something made a sloppy sound. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. I can hear a horribly sloppy sound. I don't know if it's the people on the grounds, or if I'm near one of the butchers. Or maybe it's the river? Like, it sounds so wet. I've lost it. That must be the entrance into the cemetery there. I guess I can't talk to them? I'm kind of curious to see if I can just wander in there, but I don't want to waste time. I've already wasted so much time. Oh dear. Is it... Ugh. Oh jeez. I think that's it. I think I just have to go to the cemetery. I don't think I'm gonna find any more of the butchers. It's been an hour. Leave me alone. You're not a butcher. You are a butcher. Buddy, the evildoers are dead. What about Olkimski's orders? Armed resistance. They must have thought that Fat Vlad had sent us, but there's something fishy about this here business. The beast carved him and wrapped him up, prepared him for something. Again about the Ripper. A different neighborhood, another butcher slipped away. And the body? Okay. That body was given to the family. That's okay. But in another neighborhood, the butcher got away. That's good. I don't want to leave until we can find that final butcher. It's in my professional, doctoral opinion that you should leave me the fuck alone. Don't touch me. Should we check on Peter too while we're up here? We're not finding that final butcher. We're just gonna have to go to the cemetery like a wuss, like a loser. Hey Peter, your neighbor's house is covered in mold. You want to maybe leave?
Bad Twirin makes your head wooden. Good.
Daniel, do you know how Katerina sleeps? There's an ancient skin of a steppe aurochs stretched above the floor at the rod cellar. The bed head is indeed a head, a huge mummified head hanging to the floor, its horns scratching the walls. This is where Sabirava slugs, while rats scurry across the skin like a living carpet. Is that supposed to be funny? I'm not joking. Not at all. Perhaps I've painted too colorful a picture, but I'm just trying to convey the general gist. Rats are whispering lies in her ear. In days of yore, women used to couple with bowls to extort mysteries of the future from them, but humankind is growing smaller and pettier. It's all surrogate. What are you trying to express here? It's not like I care all that much. It hurts. The worlds that, until recently, was sucking on Step's vapors, nurtured with its humors, is lost now, and that loss is cutting at my heart with a knife. It was still alive a mere couple of years ago. I have witnessed the agony of its grandeur. Memories so vast don't die out in a couple of years. Oh, okay, he didn't like that.
Have you heard, old boy? Vlad's henchmen have found the runaways' hideout. They've been sent back to the termitary.
I don't really want to ask him about people right now. Yeah, my exhaustion bar in real life is starting to get kind of high. I think we'll come back to him if we need to, if the game takes us back to him. So it seems like we've had to talk to quite a lot of people on day 3. Let's head to the cemetery. I don't think we're gonna have much luck finding the 3rd butcher. I think there was a whole lot of guards when we first approached the area, and I'm wondering if that's where one of them... Oh, dear. Keep your hands to yourself. I'm wondering if that's where one of the butchers might have been, and I just missed it. It's kind of hard to spot them. Especially if you're hoping for an alive one that would be don't you dare! An alive one that would be standing up on alive legs and not dead at the feet of a patrolman. I'm walking around you. Thank you. I'm thinking we go cemetery-wise ways and save after we've discovered, you know, what we need from that. I need to head this way. Yes? Yes. And if going to the cemetery turns out to be a mistake, I just won't save it all, and we'll just pick it up from where I was standing there in front of the patrolman, and where I saved. I thought there was a way to slip through here, but I guess maybe not. It seems like it's all fenced in again. Ah! This is the spot I'm looking for. Ah, no. They're totally burying the body I need over there. Let's talk to Grace. Let's see if she's got anything for us. You okay?
It's chilly here.
Don't you dare touch the dead! Leave now! I did not just come to check on you, actually. But I guess I'll go touch the dead. This sucks. I needed that. Was this body brought from an infected district? Yes, we're preparing it for the burial. What's in it for you? Did Governor Saburov forget to inform you of my mandate? Don't ask me questions. Governor Saburov is not my commanding officer. I'm a volunteer. Do you get that, Doctor? Or do I need to spell it out for you? Can we strike a bargain? Oh, yikes. So, that was a bad idea. We're gonna quit here and call it a day. It's been fun streaming. How long have we been going on for anyway? YouTube doesn't tell me that anymore. It just tells me that the average watch time is an hour, which congrats! Okay, there it is. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours now. 2 hours, 45 minutes. That's pretty good, considering the time. It's like 10 p.m. here, and I'm tired. And quite frankly, I want to go eat and not get punched in the face by patrolmen. Thank you so much for watching. I might play Pathologic again this week. I really am enjoying it, and I would like to play it more often. I feel like when I space it out this much with a week between sessions, I'm a little bit lost when I come back. So I might play it again on Friday instead of Pokemon. And I might try to stream 3 times a week. I don't know. But definitely I will be streaming either Pathologic or Pokemon on Friday. We'll see how I feel. Thanks again for watching. And I hope to see you next time, etc., etc. Have a good night, everyone.